Okay, welcome everybody for this special community gathering. We are the 10th of November and the entire crew just came back from Bangkok and we wanted to comment for you all of that happened. You have seen some photos, you have seen videos, we share them in a few groups, and then normally you're connected to the other people that are also Amplivo partners, so you should have seen at least some footage there. Let's not spend our precious time together looking at videos from the factories or the gala. Let's go straight into commenting what is really important, what is major and happening with our company at the moment. And then I'd love to ask a few of the people that were there to share their experience because this 1 week, 7 days was very intense for me. It was back to back, non-stop. And we had three phases. The first one was the visit to the factory, where I've been twice, 2 days in a row. Then the gala of the company, that was phenomenal. And then 3 days of leadership retreat with the founders of the company at the beach, where we walked more and networked more and also celebrated. So it was very, very beautiful. So the intention for this call is two things. The first one is a message for the Amplivo partners. And the second one, if you're joining us here as a customer and you're not involved in the day-to-day business, we will debrief about the news, the major announcements, and what's happening with the project. So I'm very, very happy that finally I get to explain this to you guys. It's been now 3 years and 3 months that I'm in this business, and I have experience in network marketing. And there comes a time called the momentum. And here it's about time to prepare for the momentum. Let me tell you what that means and what it is. Yeah, you can come and sit here. We have one more team member arriving here in the office. All right. So why the time is perfect now? For that, we need to put a bit of perspective. So if we look at this scale from time to success for a normal network marketing company, and that has been the case for decades, there is a first phase where it's slow to start. Then there's a phase where it goes high very strongly, very quickly, and then it stabilizes. So the way I like to look at this is like this. First, there is the concept, the initial concept. Company has an idea, they want to test it out. It takes a moment for the activities to get started. Then we start to have proof that it's working, right? You don't want to be on the video?
No,
It's okay. I can
not
hide you.
distract. Not distract.
No worries. So then we have the proof, right? And then we have the confidence in the market. It's been now a few years that people are talking about the company, the product, the service starts to get proof and recognition. So confidence builds. And then there is a concentration. It's a concentration where several markers are arriving that are announcing that the company is ready to scale. And it's not really the company, actually, it's the network, it's the community. And then we enter this phase called momentum. And then after the momentum, the S curve goes flat again, and it's called maturity. So you have companies there like Energic with the Kangen machines, like Herbalife, Amway. After many, many years, their market is mature. They're really well established. And today we will discuss where we are at and why it's very special that now I can speak about this specific phase, the momentum. So if we look at the different years there, I created this scale according to my experience of the project. So when we look at 2020, it was this inception of the project, the creation of the company, the first success with gathering the community. And in 2021, as you know, there was a big crisis because the guy who was in charge of the network marketing scammed CORSAIR and left with the money. So there was a crisis not even 1 year in. Still, the project recovered with good work, integrity, and transparency. They also opened the blockchain with the plastic credit in 2021. Keep building, 2022, first shipment of oil. Amazing, there is oil that somebody is buying. And due diligence by the oil companies that are checking what is this Corsair making oil. 2023, we had an intervention in the parliament, in the European Union. We have the first machines arriving in Finland, opening the first factory in Finland, Europe. We have the first announcement of somebody buying the oil, Count Energy Trading in Europe. We have the BDMS, big first client, a group of hospitals in Bangkok. We have the logo, the label for the plastic neutral that was created 2023. We have the airport, first airport to become plastic neutral, and we have the opening of the network in Canada. All of that was 2023. So now we have several factories. The confidence is building. 2024, the confidence builds even more because there was the big announcement with Shell. Public announcement, Shell is buying our oil, has been already for a year. They're really happy about this. Wow, for us, we were there in the network, it was the explosion, like, wow. It's like the proof, the real proof from a big player on the market that we are for real. And then there was Joella, the mozzarella brand. That is the first client to buy a lot of CSRs to compensate their plastic neutrality, 13 million the first year. 2024, we have deals with the manufacturers of the machines, Huawei and Beston, who are now interested to become shareholders in our projects, proving that even those ones making the machines really trust us to operate it in a good way. Then we have the launch of Actors of Change, our flagship training that started in May 2024. We have more machines arriving into the factories in Bangkok. We have the opening of the activities in the USA, where our lawyer said, you're good to go. And then we have the announcement that in Sri Lanka, Corsair bought a factory. Now entering 2025, hopefully most of you guys were there already. If it's not the case, here's a quick recap of everything that happened this year. More machines arriving in Finland under the snow, so beautiful. More machines arriving in Bangkok 2. Opening of Bangkok 3. Corsair up their game in social media. The Instagram is looking really good. So much content. News from the ground on the factories. Intervention in the New York Stock Exchange 2025. Diversey, first billion-dollar client to buy the plastic credits for their products. And opening of an R&D center in the Netherlands that is funded by the European Union. Wow, that was 2025. And now we are at the end of 2025. And what happened in Bangkok a week ago, for me, is showing us that the curve is about to start. So let's look together at what are these announcements and let me comment it for you. For me, this was very important because the company has reached a critical point. That's how I see it. So first of all, they opened by explaining that the gate fee, which is what governments pay us to take the plastics, are quite high. And in Europe, they got never seen before prices, like 450 euros per ton, to just take the trash that then we're going to recycle and make a valuable product from. And they announced that they would add 10% of the revenue coming from the gate fees into the buyback program. I would say that's not a major announcement, but it's wonderful because it shows us that the business model is even better than we thought. Because we get paid to take the trash now. Please, somebody put in the chat if I'm breaking up. If I'm breaking up, I will go on my 4G. And I just got a message saying connection is unstable. So please hit the chat if I'm breaking up. Okay, let's start with the big announcements. First of all, the United Nations recognizes Corsair as a sustainable supplier. Okay, Karen says I'm breaking up. Don't move. I'm going to go on the 4G. All right, I'm on the 4G now. Hopefully it's going to be better. So that's the first major announcement that was made during the gala, which I hope many of you watched live on YouTube. A further announcement will be made by Corsair explaining exactly what this is. But we were recognized by one of the United Nations certifying bodies. And that is wonderful. We keep growing in credibility. I don't have much to say on this because we're waiting for the details. Now, the next big announcement was the new Corsair Group website, which should be live this week. I checked earlier today, they didn't yet put it, but we saw it. They showed it to us during the gala on the different images. It looks fantastic. I'm so happy. To be honest, they should have done it before. The website that we have hasn't been updated for a long time, even though there's lots of development. And some of our clients, they look at the website first to check what a company is doing. So the new Corsair Group website, that's going to help us, of course, because when you share the company and the opportunity to somebody, they would go and check the website. I can't wait to put the link in the group and show you, look at it. It's amazing. I've seen it before. Now, even more important, we are going to have a new back office, which is the emplivo.com portal, which is going to be integrating all the business of the network marketing with everything that we need for purchasing, redeeming the codes, seeing our teams with the depth. We're going to see the whole tree. We're going to see numbers, reports. It looked amazing. But even more important, CSR now will be integrated inside of this website so that we don't need to go on a second website to go see how many CSRs we have. We will see everything in the same back office. And on top of that, the academy as well, with all the tutorials provided by the company. For me, this is major. I know they've been working on it for a long time. I can't wait to see it live and that we all enter our new back office. But that's one of the reasons that tells me we are getting ready for massive expansion. Now, one of the most important news. Emplivo becomes Corsair Connect. Corsair Connect. And for that, I want to show you what was showed during the gala. Check it out. That is the new branding for what we do. Corsair Connect with a mix between the Corsair logo and the old Emplivo logo, looking like a drop shape. Ooh, this one I'm very happy about it. Very, very happy. So Emplivo becomes Corsair Connect. They should have done that before to separate from the old management and the old stories that happened now 5 years ago. Corsair Connects also intends that the landscape around Corsair is more harmonized because it was causing confusion that there is another company called Emplivo and not Corsair when actually it's the same company. So I'm very, very happy about that. And even more, I want to show you the new slogan, the new logo. So I don't know if you see it reversed or no. On my computer, I see it reversed, but it says connect with the planet. One mission. And the branding is very important because the branding is the identity of what we do and we belong to it. So I'm extremely excited. This will become effective on the 1st of January, but we will roll it out in communications slowly over the next 2 months so that it's not hidden that we are changing names. It's the same company, nothing changes. But we don't want also people saying, oh, Emplivo is a failure, so up, they create a new company. No, it evolves. It's the same company. Nothing will be hidden. It will be slowly communicated. And I'm starting already to use Corsair Connect to get everybody used to it. So this is major, 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 major. And next was announced compensation plan updates. So that's important because that's where we earn our living with the commissions. And we don't have yet the details, but they are working on it. But it was announced that they will put more levels in the uni level. So that's very exciting. It means that you will be able to earn more than just 5 levels. Today, when someone buys a package, 5 people get a commission. The first one gets a bigger one, 12, 8, 8, 5, 5. So later they will expand it maybe to 7, maybe 10. Will be a smaller percentage, but at the midterm it will be better. Because today, if the network grows very fast, I already have people I'm talking to in my 10th level, so they're very far away from me. And today, if somebody in my 10th level buys $1 million, then I'm going to get very little of that, only through the indirect bonuses. So it's interesting to listen to the experts on the market that are proposing how to update the compensation plan so it's better for the long term and it's better for our network to grow faster. Deeper uni-level, great. 80-20. What is that? It's 80% goes into the online cash, 20% goes into the bonus wallet. So basically, we just gain 10% more commissions. That's amazing. And then they announced a global pool bonus, which means that when the company does a very big week, everyone that qualifies for this bonus will also get a small share of that. That's also something that is quite common in the industry, where leaders are rewarded also based on the success of everyone else in the company, not just their team. So we share the cake even more, if I may. More on that later when it's ready. And now a very, very important announcement. Corsair Pay. What is Corsair Pay exactly? We saw it in the gala like this. I want to explain to you a little bit more. It will be rolled out in the coming months, step by step, but apparently it's soon to be ready to go. So Corsair Pay is an online bank like Wise or Revolut. And Corsair is becoming an owner of this existing online bank, and they will change the name to Corsair Pay. So basically, Corsair is getting a bank themselves so that they can stop having problems with the payments from everybody around the world. That's so exciting. We've been waiting for it forever. You know, they announced already at the beginning of the year that they had a solution where we will be able to pay more easily, and they had not finished the testing. And at 99%, at the end, something went wrong and we couldn't get over it. So this is a second type of solution that they've been working on the last few months. So basically, they're getting their own bank, which means that everybody in our network will get a bank account, including with our employee account in this bank that we can use our credit card to put money inside and to send to our personal accounts to get paid not only in USDT, but also in normal currency. And the great announcement I wanted to make also is that it will be first open for Americans, USA, Canada, and the rest of the world except Europe. So there is one bank in Canada that will be able to accept the transfer from USA, Canada, the rest of the world except Europe, and later will be added a second bank inside Corsair Pay for European users. We don't know when exactly, but they know that's a priority because we need it, and if we need it, they need it to bring income. But if they are announcing to that extent, is that it's ready to go. And the CEO of that bank was there. You see him talk here. That was very, very good. So we're exciting, very excited, and I know it's going to allow many of us to be feeling more comfortable, especially in America, to have a bank account that accepts dollars that is in Canada, very close to the country. And also to not get only paid in USDT, but to get paid commission in your bank account. Amazing. Corsair Pay, and the last announcement there is called Corsair Capital. Corsair Capital is now open. The first leaders were trained. What is Corsair Capital? Corsair Capital is a way for anyone to, except a few countries, to buy shares of Corsair, to buy actual stock. We were trained for almost a couple hours when we were in Bangkok with the other top leaders to explain what we can say, what we cannot say. And the good news is that some of us will be able to be legally offering investment. And for this one, we can say investment, not for the plastic credits. Investment here because customers buy shares of the company. And this is a regulated process on a licensed broker who the CEO was there at the event as well, and that is based in the Netherlands. So that's great news. They've been working on this one for 2 years. In the network, we even didn't think it would ever come out, but it came out. It came out. The first leaders are being trained, and very soon, hopefully by the end of this week, we can start accepting the first customers. And there will also be commissions for this. Again, we will train you more on how this works, but it's done. That is a lot of amazing announcements. On top of that, we had many recognitions for 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, 6 stars. Amazing leaders also gave speeches, of course, the company founders, and all of these replays are available on YouTube, on the Amplivo International channel. And I highly encourage everybody to just have an evening of Netflix Corsair and just check what's going on because it was really amazing. If one part is a bit boring, you can skip through it because it's a replay. A lot of recognitions, including a few members of our team. Loic appeared there for one of the awards. I believe it was the national award because he's doing such a great work in France. He was nominated, he appeared on the huge screen. And then for the Rising Star, Heysam was nominated and won. Congratulations, Heysam. I don't know if you're there. It was amazing to see you there on the stage. And then me, I also won the Global Partner Award. And it was very beautiful and very emotional for me, actually, to walk there and give a little speech. And it's thanks to all of you also that I was there. So thank you. Whether you're active member or customer, we all won this award together. Then there was 2 new houses that would be built by Corsair in the slum in Bangkok. And the first one was completed this year. And of course, the family who moved in was extremely happy. So the CEO announced that he will build 2 more houses and then a lot of entertainment. Wonderful. Let me conclude this part before we go to questions and answers. Coming back onto this graph. Why am I finally talking about momentum in a serious manner? Because with the new back office, with everything integrated in it, under the brand Corsair, with AI inside to help us with the tickets, to help us with the questions, with Corsair Connect brand, with the new compensation plan updates to scale up, with Corsair Pay, and with Corsair Capital, now I feel that we have everything to enter the concentration phase. The concentration is like when the athlete is on the starting blocks and you start to tense the muscle. You concentrate the energy before it goes. Those announcements, plus 2 things, the fact that the buyback program is going to really start bringing significant income into the market in 2026. So we should see the CSRs going back up. And more regulations are coming on the market. In my opinion, all of this places us in the concentration phase for 2026. And I believe it's going to take the whole year for everyone to get used to it, for the word to go out, for bigger networkers to come into the project, for everything to start to go back up strongly, which means that 2027 should be the big momentum. Now, what is the momentum? You're going to ask me, because clearly I'm excited about it. The momentum is the specific phase in the network marketing where there's a sudden shift in adoption. Like the first years, you talk to many people, many say no, many don't believe in it. And suddenly, as if there's enough people, like a critical mass in the collective that is talking about this project and join this project, suddenly we get much more interest, much more yes, and people start flying in. Business grows faster than we can cope. And the excitement is ever growing. Is the best time in network marketing. And I can speak to that because in the last company I was with, in Healy, I was there during the first momentum of the company. And I had joined right before, so I felt it. We grew a team of 5,000 people in 2 years. That's even more than what we did with Corsair. And it's like everyone was joining. It's almost like the stars are aligned, and suddenly it's much easier than ever before. And I believe that will be happening in 2027, in less than 1 year and a half, in 1 year and 2 months. Now, very important for you, this is where millionaires are made. In network marketing, it's not in the first phases. Yes, there may be the few 6 stars and 7 stars we have today, they probably earn more than 1 million. But how many people is that? 5 people, maybe? The momentum is where many, many more people, many leaders are growing up and exploding and earning more commissions they ever did in their life. And this is where you can make a fortune by reaping the rewards that you have been seeding and planting for the years before. So it's very important. You want to be there before it starts, else you're catching up the wave. Better to be set before. And this can last 10 to 15 years. Usually it's less. Usually it's 3 to 7 years. But we believe very strongly that with this project, it will last much longer. And I'll tell you why. The first one is that the world keeps making more plastic. So the problem that we're solving keeps becoming bigger and bigger. So there is no way we reach the momentum and then, oh, we finished recycling all the plastic of the world. That's not going to end. The second reason is that when you look at carbon credits, it took 10 to 15 years for all the regulations to become mature as they are today. It started 15 years ago. And for plastic, it's just starting now. So probably we'll be looking also at 10 to 15 years for all the regulations to go into place, all the markets, all the laws, all the tracking, all the audits, and so on. So guys, especially my active team members, all of you leaders and aspiring leaders, now is the time to build your team so that you can be ready in 1 year, 1 year and a half, to enjoy the momentum to the full extent of what it can be for you. And that is a point of no return in terms of changing your life. So that is why the time is perfect right now, because I'm seeing the signs that the momentum will be in 1 year, 1 year and a half from now. So you need a moment to build your team. It doesn't happen overnight. And that's why you're all in the training. If you're serious about this, the training called Actors of Change. Okay. Whoa, we have 30 people in the room. I didn't even check. Great, guys. Let's do some questions and answers. Again, we're not in the training right now. We're not in the Actors of Change training. So let's not ask questions about the training. Let's just ask questions about the project, the company, the announcements, and what I just talked about, so that we're all on the same page here. Please open your mic. How do you feel about all of this? Everybody sleeping?
I'm done sleeping. I'm awake. I feel incredibly grateful again to you, my bro, because thanks to you, thanks to one guy who took action 3 and so years ago, I'm aware of this project. And this is the opportunity that we all have. We can just decide that this is it. This is the best business in the world. We're part of it. We're so grateful. We're so proud and so faithful. So we take action. It's all about the action, guys. Make it happen. Make someone like me feel grateful to you, just like I will eternally be grateful to Thomas. Make it happen, guys. This is the time and this is the project. Now it's up to you.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Actually, it just made me think I wanted to show you something before we talk. I will give you a minute to prepare your question or what you want to share. We compiled a little video, unsupported format on no. Okay, well, no video for you then. I'll put it on YouTube first. We were interviewing all the leaders when we were in the leadership retreat. So we compiled together the testimonies and we can see everybody's excitement with the stars in the eyes. All right, guys, let's go for talking. The Anatomy School is asking, when the plastics has been recycled for the first time, can it be recycled again? For example, the mozzarella company. Can they recycle their recycled plastic? It's a not really well formulated question, but I understand what you want to say. Yes, with CORSAIR's process, you can recycle to infinity because that's what chemical recycling does. It's removing the polymers from the additives and the paints and everything else that has been added there. So you get raw oil. You get the same quality oil when you use plastics that has been recycled many times as fresh plastic, brand new. Okay? That's how efficient it is. That's the concept that we have. It's infinite recycling. Of course, it takes energy. Of course, it takes logistics. I don't know if this mozzarella brand is collecting the packet to bring them back to Bangkok. Probably not. But the idea is that the plastics can be recycled indefinitely with this process. You're welcome. Don't be shy, guys. No, Warren, don't be shy. Everyone who wants to ask a question, please put your
I
camera
can
and
go ahead.
oh,
You hear me?
Uber. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that raises also a question. I'm like researching a lot about in general all kinds of plastic recycling things
Yeah.
and always interested, what is the byproduct of it? And I found like with the oil, it's basically gas they use to reheat it, and then there's a jar, right, which is like carbon fiber. And does Corsair use this? Because I think it's used for planting and growing crops, right? I think you can fertilize the soil with the jar left over.
Yeah, bro. First of all, I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you
Yeah.
for your interest. I know you're quite new in this entire story. What I really want you to do is to look at this Corsair masterclass. I just put you in the chat. It's new. The company has been providing that over the last few weeks. It's high quality, short educational videos about what they do. And instead of me doing like I've done for 3 years, explaining the industrial process and the byproducts, why don't you watch a 3-minute video from the company that will explain exactly what are the byproducts and what they do with it? Because you're right, carbon black can be used as biochars, but it's not really what we do because we clean the plastic so much that we have very little biochar at the end. What we have actually is mostly the gas and the oil. So
Yeah.
I know you're new, and that's really something I want to teach to
Uh,
everyone. The Corsair Masterclass is the new go-to place, basically, to wrap your head around how they do it industrially. But I,
Yeah, I was just also interested in like other plastic credits and like kind of to compare what is the energy input you put in, what are the side products, like what can you make out of it. So just I what is was inspired by the question of the anatomy school. So yeah.
absolutely no problem, and we're here to bring clarity also. So at the very, I'll give you some more information instead of just tell you go see this thing. Yeah. So how to explain this project to a 5-year-old? That's how the CEO is doing. You have a magic box, you put the trash inside, and there is money coming out. That's how we explain it for a 5-year-old. Now, if we go to the 15-year-old science student, we explain that certain types of plastics can go into this magic box, which is a factory. And then outside of the process comes three different things. The actual oil that we're looking for, gas, which we burn to heat actually the process, and carbon black, which is all the food residue and all of the carbonated materials that were left on the plastics. And Corsair knows how to reuse those three. So the goal is to find an ecological way of processing these plastics so that we can do it for large volumes and for a long period of time. And then the next level is go see the masterclass because you will understand even more about that.
And
Plastic
also
credit? Sorry, go ahead.
compared to like the plastic pellets, they cannot
Yes,
use that much of old plastic, right? So in this oil thing, you can use way more, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I was saying to anatomy school, whoever is her real name. With the oil version, you can recycle without limit. With the mechanical recycling, when you crush and you make pellets, you can maybe use once or twice, and then you can only put it in a brick that you can bury in the roads or in the construction. So it's not real recycling. But you know what? In the Corsair Masterclass, he also explains the difference between the traditional mechanical recycling and the new technology, advanced recycling. Yes, Haysam, you wanted to contribute?
Yeah, one Yeah, of course. One thing that is very important to realize is that there is way too much plastic for us to actually tackle by ourselves as one company. There is way too much. And we do not fear competition. Just come. And actually, what we do is that we make it easier on them because you know what? We leave them the easy stuff. We leave them the mechanical recycling. We let them actually use all those bottles, all those plastic bottles, we leave it to them because that's easy. That's being recycled, all this PET, that's being recycled through mechanical ways. And they do pellets with it, they do it in construction, they can even do upcycling. They do many things with these bottles. What we do is that we take the stuff that nobody wants. We take this. We take stuff that is so small, so brittle, so thin that you cannot recycle it mechanically. So basically, we are the heroes here. We are the ones who are changing the rules of the game because plastic bottles have been so emblematic because indeed it was a big issue, but now it's being tackled by so many companies all around the world. We leave it to them. We take the stuff that nobody wants and we recycle it in a chemical way, which makes it actually valuable. So this is the thing that you got to understand is that there are different ways of recycling. There is incineration, which is not recycling. It's using plastic as a source of energy, but by burning it. That's not what we do. We do pyrolysis, which do not burn, it heats. There is the second way of less, let's say, less sustainable, of more sustainable way, which is mechanical recycling. We don't do it either. We leave it to the guys who are actually looking for the low hanging fruits. We go for there. We go for the thing that is hard and that is rare and that is extremely valuable. Because the bigger the problem, as you know, the bigger the opportunity. And our opportunity is huge. So that's how you can put it in your mind. Incineration, mechanical recycling, chemical recycling. We're there. We're up there. And we're going to go even further, guys.
Nice. Let's hear it from Dalton and Naida. I love you guys raising the hands. Thank you, Haysam. Dalton, go ahead.
Oh, right. Hi, it's Pujan. Look, it's not a question, but just a sharing. I was in Pattaya and I just saw quite a few of my friends from Bali there. Uh, I worked as a business consultant. I've been to meetings, conferences, and it was extremely boring in most of them. I just want to say that I wish you could have all come to Pattaya because the energy was it was really a great interaction between people from all over the world, Italy, France, America, Vietnam. It was a real heartwarming experience, but even more important, meeting some of those people up from you face to face. I mean, Dalton is here with me, so that is not a long journey. But meeting you, Thomas, and meeting yeah, up to the way to Juicy. The other thing is, Corsair is very generous. I've since I joined them a year ago, and this conference really showed it. It was really generous. The gala, there was a 20-piece orchestra with singers, and we all had five-star hotel accommodation. They didn't need to do that, you know. So I really felt taken care of as well. And I mean, I was excited about the whole process before. I'm even more trusting and excited. And I made new friends. And all of you who are on the scene, hi, hi, hi. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, all of you.
Nice. Thank you. Dalton, you want to say hi too? Why don't you give your testimony?
Yes,
How was it for you this entire week, Dalton?
yes. Hello, everybody. Uh, it was really touching to be there for the second time. Not only to see the developments and just to see the growth of everyone else who I met the previous year, but also to see where I was back there and then now. And to have some of my team with me there now and to remember my first experience and then witness them and their spark and their flame igniting even more and just it's such a joy and my heart was just really exploding in that and It brought a lot of excitement also on top of all these amazing announcements, which more than 50% of them were things that when I started more than a year and a half ago, they were things that put a lot of doubt in my my process, and the Amplivo Corsair thing and all these things. It's made me hesitant in the beginning. So now we're so set up. We're so set up. It is wildly exciting. The runway is clear. And I can't even imagine how this is going to look watching all of this take off from this moment forward. So I'm really excited. It was really a special event. I'm so grateful. And again, so lovely to see you win the global award, brother.
Yeah.
You so deserve it. We're so honored as
Yes,
well
yes,
to be guided by you and inspired by you. And hey, Sam, winning the Rising Star. I
Yeah.
mean, wow, we have a team, guys, of movers and shakers,
Yes,
and what an
yes,
honor,
yes.
what a treat. And it's your guys' turn next. Your next 3
Inshallah.
stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. Let's fly, stars.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the
Ready?
Yeah.
ambient. Look at that. Look at the joy. So beautiful. Thank you guys for
Ready.
sharing it. I put something in the chat there. Today we produce 500 million tons per year of new plastics. That would take
Wow.
16,000 Corsair factories to take care of everything we can take care of. Oh, today we have 4. So you see, there is room for us to grow. There is a lot of room for Corsair to grow. Naida, please share with us how was it for you this year?
Everyone. I feel
There she.
quite shy with so many people on the screen, but hi everyone. Wow, it's so beautiful to see all of you again, especially the glow in the face of the people that were in Pattaya. And same as you, Dalton, it was so emotional for me to be there with my team and to give this big opportunity to my team to really get the direct download and to understand why I'm so passionate about this project and to feel the frequency of Corsair, because it's a frequency. We let's say people that are more into the new age story, that are more into the spiritual path, can see this industrial business or this MLM like something so far from us, so hard to grasp. But once we tap into the frequency of this project, into the frequency of the visionary that Juicy is, there is no separation. You can just keep going and expanding with it, and I love it. And that was one point. It was so beautiful and powerful to be there all together. And then I took some note because, Thomas, you shared all the points that have been shared during the gala night, and I'm still integrating them. I mean, it's an amazing information after the other, a big upgrade also for us in our way to share this business. And just this, and correct me because probably I'm not expressing it properly. So you said that now polluters have to pay fee in order to get the plastic to Corsair or to other recycling company. Is this correct?
Yeah, it's not a regulation that they have to pay a fee. Oh, wait, let me put the spotlight. It's that they need to pay for somebody to come and take it because that's the problem.
Okay.
They have too much.
Okay.
The landfills are full. In Bali is the same. The landfills are full. They are closing because they can't put more trash. It's finished. On this land, there is no more trash. It's a mountain. So the only choice that governments have at this moment is to say, okay, we will pay companies to come and take the trash. Okay, that's a gate.
Okay. So
A gate fee.
let's stop on this. How amazing it is, no? Just let's see. How right is the moment, how genius is the business model, and how supportive is Corsair. Just for this point, that is one of the many that has been shared. So they have to pay us to collect what we need. So to get the raw material that we need, we are paid. And on top of this money that Corsair is getting to receive what we need to keep the factories going, Corsair is putting the 10% of it into the buyback program so that the CSR will grow in value, so that as the community, the Corsair Connect partners can receive more abundance from what we are doing. I mean, this is just a very small phrase, a very small point that we touch, but it condenses all in one just so much richness. And yeah, I wanted to share it because it seems nothing just for you to list all these. Ooh, we will have a new credit card, and the commission plan will give us more. But those are very, very big points, and they have been shared in just 1 year time. Yeah, just that. It's amazing. I'm so happy we are all in this journey together.
Yes, thank you for sharing your bliss. I'm so happy you're here too. And you know, Dalton and Naida last year they came also for the Vision 24, and they didn't have a team yet. They were probably 0 stars, and now they come. They are almost, well, you're almost 3 stars, Naida, right? You're like at 99.9%. Yeah. So you're 3 stars. Dalton is 3 stars, and you guys had your team with you. That's how it grows. In just 1 year, it can go very fast. Absolutely. Let me go to Loic before I answer this question that I see in the chat. Loic, can you also share with us, please, how it was for you?
I just wanted to share. It was so great to connect with all of you guys, and the way the company did when I started 2 years ago. The only thing was exist. It was just videos of the factory in bad qualities videos, and now we have everything to have success, and everything, even in the marketing plan, in the communication, and yeah, this is so great to have the basics now. It's yeah, it's I'm feel like, okay, now we can start. Yeah, it's my feeling now. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Loic. So good to see you there nominated on the screen and also sharing your excitement. And we have Cacao King here who wants to share also. Brother, how was it for you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thomas, thanks for hosting this community meeting, and thank you, Dalton, for introducing me to Corsair and inviting me out to Thailand. You know, it's such an interesting experience. You know, someone who recently just signed up, and I had just signed up only one person under me before I came out. And to meet the CEO, to meet all the other partners from around the world, to get more information, you know, to be around the people who are so genuine, the authenticity of these people, you know, can really feel how good-hearted these people are from around the world. And to be a part of something like this is a blessing, and I'm super grateful to be a part of this project with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're so blessed to have you. And I wanted to hear it from somebody new that really recently came. So it's amazing for you. You came into the project a few weeks before we all flew to Bangkok, and then you got the mega download at once. That's also one way to do it. Absolutely. All right. Anybody else wanted to share something today or ask any question? That's the moment. We have a question from... Oh, yes, please. We can have one more testimony here from Fernando.
Hello, everybody. Well, I had the pleasure to be there. I understood why Naida was so crazy about this project, so enthusiastic. I focused a lot about the numbers when I saw the project, the business model. Kind of when I go there were two things that I understood. One, that the evolution of the prices and all that it's kind of really doesn't matter now because I understood the power of the project. It's like it broke the the reasonable part, the things that we can consider from a logic part. Also, before, when I look at the company, the board, I really like Naida and Thomas, who were my link to this, and besides my brother, who invited me, and I really like them as people, but I came across to so beautiful people, including all of you that you talked, and this really felt like a family, like a. I'm I'm sorry to sound so holistic but this looked like a spiritual family, like people coming together and joining to do something together. It's like if we were invited to something to do something for the planet. Everything was really, really amazing, and I felt a lot of support from the company, and this guy is. I remember when I was in Amway so many years ago. First of all, everybody was talking only about money, and here everybody is talking about cleaning the planet, about love, about other things. That is really moving everybody, and this is what I got. That what moves us is something higher, and that really gave me an inner boost to do this. And I think there are 5 words I will say to people, because I contact many people before. I said in the previous Zoom, that I was so frustrated about this, and I will say just don't be stupid, do it. Only that, just do it, because this will work regardless you join or not, and jump on this train and make it happen together, which is a lot more fun and interesting. So to be the starring of this episode of Cleaning the Planet. So thank you, Naida and Thomas, also for making me the room to be there and to share. And I am really, really happy to meet you all, guys.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming too. Yeah, it's true. There was this feeling of family, even though the Italians have a different way of seeing things, and then the ones from Latin America are different. Like there was people from all over the world, from so many different backgrounds, big melting pot, but actually everybody's excited about the same mission that we are on. And that is a uniting thread that gave this feeling of we're a family, especially when year after year, you're still there, you still see the company growing, you still believe, and then you still see the same people again and again. So it grows like a family.
I met people from other countries, from other lines, and they were telling me, take my number. If your brother speaks Portuguese, tell him to call me and I will help him. And the people who want to sign, of course, will go under him. So this is really people, the concept of cross line in other MLM, that you cannot talk to people from other lines, here is broken completely. They support, help each other, and this is something unique, really.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing all this, guys. Warren, I put you here for your question in the chat. The due diligence folder is a public due diligence, yeah? So it's not the same due diligence that Shell's lawyers or the governments have gone through. They have access to much more, but we can't have access to confidential information. This is all the public ones, all the public records of partnerships, clients, who they are, what they do, seeing them with us on videos, all the proof that you can see and how everything is working, you see it there. Okay, wonderful. Well, we're approaching the hour. I think that was already a good session. Is there anybody else who wants to share or ask something? One more sharing.
If I can share, it's okay for me.
Yes, please. Hello.
Hello. Actually, I'm sharing from Lombok because I have decided to move to Lombok after Thailand for 2 weeks. It will be really short because I don't really succeed to find my words. It's this week. I first want to say thank you to Dalton and Gina, actually, to hear that last year they were there, not even 1 star, and this year they were with 3 stars. Actually, I have no star now, so it's really inspiring, and I want to follow their journey. And just being there, it just makes something deep inside myself that now is just okay. Let's go. I don't succeed to say something more. All the little things about oh no 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 no. Now it's like I'm in and let's go. It's just what I wanted to say. So
That's
thank
great.
you for everything.
Yes, let's go, Marie. Let's go. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for taking your time, even though we're in the training and there's a lot of homework and videos. This is just a special edition because it's very important. Now we have 1.5 months left for the end of the year. Let's make the best out of it. This is where it's the most easy time of the year to bring people because of the end of the year offers and promotions and exciting announcements. So let's work, guys. Next 6 weeks, let's go full in. And then in January, we can take a holiday. And then next year, we prepare for the momentum. I wish for you that you all get your next star in the next 2 months, whether it's the number 4, 3, or even the first one, which is the hardest one to get. Sending you love, guys. See you in the training. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.